Greetings, I'm Slice, and a fresh new batch of leaked images and information has surfaced on the internet regarding Resident Evil 9 or Resident Evil Requiem. Now, I really don't like talking about fake leaks or rumors and stuff like that, but this isn't exactly that. Well, at least for the most part. So, a fresh new batch of images has emerged on Reddit. Yes, Reddit out of all places. Well, this person claims to have played, or at least to there being a 30-minute gameplay demo, and they took a bunch of pictures, or at least they gathered these pictures that look quite legitimate. So today we'll talk about that. These leaks though are unofficial and have stirred considerable excitement among fans in social media, especially under my own post right after I said that the director Nakanishi had confirmed that Grace is the main protagonist in Resident Evil Requiem. This is still true. Grace Ashcroft is still the main protagonist in Resident Evil 9. That is not lies or a rumor. That is actually what director Koshi Nakanishi has said. Now let's talk about this though. This person claims that the demo primarily showcasing Grace, the FBI agent and apparent protagonist introduced in the official trailer, is described as someone who is new to this sort of experience. In the footage described, she explores a dimly lit eerie house, relying on a lighter to navigate shadowy corners similar to Resident Evil Code Veronica. In a particularly tense sequence, she is attacked by a monstrous creature and must heal herself using a syringe, which would be a departure from the typical first aid spray. Now, this large creature we also saw in the trailer. This is my theory. I believe this is the mutated Alyssa Ashcroft, but we don't know anything about that yet, so don't take that as confirmation. This suggests a shift away from the franchise's traditional herbs, but I'm sure we will see green herbs, but we'll have to wait and see. But yes, she uses an alleged syringe to heal herself, similar to Silent Hill 2. The setting sticks to the series' trademark aesthetic, narrow claustrophobic hallways, environmental puzzles, and ominous silence punctuated by sudden horror. Perhaps the most intriguing detail is the leak's mention of a second playable character. Now this is where we take a divergence from actual leaks and something that is probably not very likely, but take it with a grain of salt, okay? So this is not actual confirmation, this is just what this person is saying, okay? I'm not confirming it, I'm telling you, this is not confirmed 100%. This is someone's opinion, alright? Alright, let's talk about this. So, they're claiming that there is a second playable character, which, yeah, that's true. Most, if not all, mainline Resident Evil games have an additional character, so that's probably true, and I believe that. I actually do think there is a playable character aside from Grace. Now, while Capcom has not confirmed this officially, the character is described as familiar and fully armed, suggesting the return of Leon Kennedy. Now, this is what these people are saying, okay? This is purely a fan theory. Alright. Well, Leon Kennedy is a fan favorite whose appearance has been the subject of earlier rumors. This second character is said to lean heavily into combat-focused gameplay, contrasting with Grace's more atmospheric and exploratory approach, which is more in tune with what we're used to with Resident Evil. One image reportedly shows Grace examining an art book titled Shadow Ghost, and while the legitimacy of these screenshots seems very strong, they were apparently released ahead of schedule. With the embargo ending soon, Capcom is expected to release official assets and details in the near future. Now, overall, this leak aligns closely with previous reports, multiple characters, environmental interactivity, and Leon's possible return, which is probably likely but not in the way you imagine. If true, Resident Evil 9 is probably going to be one of the most popular games, and it will definitely attract new players. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I personally do not believe any rumors or leaks, so I'm 50-50 on this one. I believe the images. 90% of me wants to believe these images. They look very real, but with AI nowadays, anyone can create anything, but I think I choose to believe these images. They look like the typical screenshots you would see on the page of a demo on the PlayStation Store or Steam, or I guess Xbox Live, although I'm not familiar with Xbox Live. I'm sure they have screenshots on their games in their store as well. Now, having said all of this, to me it doesn't really make sense to have an action part of the game and a horror part of the game. I mean, look at Resident Evil 7, which was developed and directed, I guess, by director Koshi Nakanishi. I think Nakanishi is a great director who takes original aspects of the classic Resident Evil games and implements them into brand new things and brand new gameplay. So I believe we will see some familiar things, but this claim of Leon being the second main character and him being an action hero, I mean, it seems very unlikely to me, but that's just my opinion. We don't know for sure yet. We are not confirming anything with this, but I just wanted to show you these brand new screenshots that have surfaced online. But like I said before, take it with a grain of salt. I personally believe Resident Evil Requiem will be more in line with Resident Evil 7, and it will be a survival horror experience for the most part, with some action elements. As you progress through a Resident Evil game, you usually find a lot of weapons that tend to be upgrades to your typical knife, lighter, or handgun, so I believe we will see that progression in Resident Evil Requiem as well. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts, and as always, please be nice in the comment section. I know Leon brings a lot of emotional fans to the discussion, but yeah, let me know if you're excited about this. I personally am excited to see things such as the lighter to return. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil Code Veronica, and I really want Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, or I just want Resident Evil Code Veronica to get an update, because it has so much potential, and some of the best aesthetic in Resident Evil game is within Resident Evil Code Veronica. Anyway, like I said before, these are pure leaks, nothing official, okay? Nothing about this is official or confirmed, and I choose to believe these screenshots, but we have to stay alert. And don't forget, leave a like, subscribe if you're excited, stay up to date by clicking the bell and hitting all so you are notified with every single update, my guides, my walkthroughs, and other things for other games. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.